Have you ever found yourself wondering why that spark, that confidence, just isn't quite there anymore when it comes to intimacy? It's a question many men over 60 quietly ponder, often feeling a mix of frustration, embarrassment, and a touch of sadness. This decline, this inability to perform as you once could, can feel like a deeply personal failure. It impacts not just your physical self, but your emotional well-being, your confidence in relationships, and even how you see yourself. It can lead to a painful distance between you and your partner, a sense of loss for something you once took for granted. But what if I told you that a significant part of this challenge isn't about getting older itself, but about what you're putting on your plate? It's a secret many don't talk about, yet it holds surprising power over your vitality and a healthy sex life. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 common foods, everyday items you might be eating right now, that are silently sabotaging your ability to achieve and maintain an erection. We'll talk about why they're problematic and, more importantly, what simple, delicious swaps you can make to regain that youthful vigor. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you and could make all the difference. Let's dive right into the first major culprit that might be killing your erections after 60, and it's something many of us enjoy regularly: highly processed meats. Think about those sizzling sausages at breakfast, the strips of crispy bacon, or the convenient deli meats you put in your sandwich for lunch. While they might be quick and tasty, these items are packed with things that are incredibly detrimental to your cardiovascular health, and consequently, your erectile function. The biggest issues here are the astronomical levels of sodium, saturated fats, and nitrates. Sodium, especially in the amounts found in processed meats, can lead to high blood pressure. When your blood pressure is consistently high, it damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels, including those tiny arteries that are absolutely critical for achieving an erection. Think of your arteries like flexible garden hoses. If they become stiff and narrow due to damage from high blood pressure, it's much harder to get a strong, steady flow of blood where it needs to go. Then there are the saturated fats. These fats contribute to the buildup of plaque in your arteries, a process known as atherosclerosis. This isn't just bad for your heart, it's devastating for your sexual health. Erections fundamentally rely on healthy blood flow. If your arteries are getting clogged with fatty deposits, the blood simply can't rush into the penis efficiently enough to create firmness. It's like trying to fill a balloon with a slow, obstructed drip instead of a strong gush. The nitrates and nitrites added to processed meats as preservatives and color enhancers also play a role, while the body can convert some nitrates to nitric oxide, which is good for blood vessel relaxation. The nitrates in processed meats are different. They can form harmful compounds called nitrosamines, which contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress, further damaging your blood vessels and hindering their ability to dilate. When blood vessels can't properly relax and expand, blood flow is restricted, making erections difficult to achieve and sustain. So, what's a man to do if he loves the flavor of bacon or a good sausage? The good news is, you don't have to give up flavor entirely. Instead of highly processed meats, try leaner, unprocessed proteins. Think about grilled chicken breast, lean cuts of steak in moderation, or even fish like salmon, which is loaded with healthy omega-3 fatty acids that are great for your heart and blood vessels. If you're a fan of breakfast meats, look for low-sodium, uncured options. Or better yet, explore plant-based alternatives that mimic the texture and flavor without the harmful additives. You could even make your own lean turkey or chicken sausage patties at home with healthy spices. The goal is to reduce the burden on your cardiovascular system, allowing those vital blood vessels to function optimally. Making this one swap can lay a crucial foundation for better blood flow throughout your body, including where it matters most for your erections. Now, speaking of things that clog up your system and impede blood flow, let's move on to the next major food group you absolutely need to reconsider: trans fats and deep-fried foods. Moving on to our second silent erection killer: trans fats and deep-fried foods. This category is particularly insidious because trans fats are often hidden in so many of the convenient, comforting foods we enjoy. Think about that crispy fried chicken, those golden French fries, donuts, cookies, crackers, and even some microwave popcorn. The problem with trans fats is that they are artificially created through a process called hydrogenation, which turns liquid vegetable oils into solid fats. While this makes foods shelf-stable and gives them a desirable texture, it also creates a fat that is incredibly damaging to your body, especially your arteries. Trans fats dramatically raise your bad LDL cholesterol levels while simultaneously lowering your good HDL cholesterol. This double whammy creates a perfect storm for arterial plaque buildup, a condition called atherosclerosis, which we just discussed in relation to processed meats. When your arteries become stiff and narrowed by this plaque, blood flow is severely restricted. It's not just your heart that suffers. The tiny, delicate arteries that supply blood to your penis are among the first to be affected. Imagine trying to inflate a balloon with a hose that's kinked and full of sludge. It's practically impossible to get the necessary pressure and volume of blood to achieve a firm erection. Beyond the trans fats themselves, the act of deep frying foods adds another layer of harm. When foods are cooked at very high temperatures in unhealthy oils, they can produce advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress throughout the body, further damaging blood vessels and reducing their ability to relax and expand. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy of erectile function, as it impedes the natural processes that allow for healthy blood flow. Furthermore, many of the oils used for deep frying are often cheap vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess relative to omega-3s, can promote inflammation in the body. So, you're not just getting artery-clogging fats, but also a dose of inflammatory compounds that actively work against the smooth, flexible blood vessels needed for robust erections. The good news is that avoiding trans fats and deep-fried foods doesn't mean you have to give up delicious, satisfying meals. It simply means making smarter choices. Instead of reaching for that bucket of fried chicken, consider baking or air-frying chicken with a light, crispy coating made from whole grain breadcrumbs and healthy spices. Swap out those greasy French fries for oven-baked sweet potato wedges or a fresh salad. When it comes to snacks, opt for nuts, seeds, or fresh fruit instead of processed cookies and crackers. Reading food labels carefully is crucial. Look for partially hydrogenated oil in the ingredient list. That's a red flag for trans fats, even if the label claims 0 grams trans fat due to labeling loopholes. Choosing healthier fats like olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil for cooking at home, and preparing your meals yourself, gives you far more control over what goes into your body. By making a conscious effort to eliminate trans fats and minimize deep-fried foods, you'll be giving your blood vessels a much-needed break, allowing them to remain supple and responsive, which is absolutely essential for maintaining strong, reliable erections well into your golden years. Now that we've discussed how processed meats and fried foods wreak havoc on your circulatory system, let's turn our attention to something equally pervasive and damaging: sugary drinks and highly processed sweets. Let's talk about a third major culprit in the fight for strong erections after 60: sugary drinks and highly processed sweets. This category is often overlooked because many people see it as a general health issue, not directly linked to something as specific as erectile function. But the truth is, the impact of excessive sugar on your body, particularly on your metabolic health and blood vessels, is profound and directly undermines your ability to achieve and maintain an erection. Think about all those sodas, sweetened fruit juices that aren't really fruit, energy drinks, candies, pastries, and desserts. They deliver a massive dose of refined sugar that causes your blood sugar levels to spike dramatically. Your body then has to release a large amount of insulin to bring those levels down. Over time, constant exposure to these sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. And here's where the direct link to erectile dysfunction comes in. Type 2 diabetes is one of the leading causes of ED. High blood sugar levels, left unchecked, damage the tiny blood vessels and nerves throughout your body, including those vital for an erection. The delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium, becomes inflamed and dysfunctional. This makes it harder for the blood vessels to expand and contract properly, which is crucial for blood flow into the penis. Furthermore, the nerve damage caused by high sugar levels can impair the signals from your brain to the penis, signals that are necessary to initiate and sustain an erection. It's like trying to plug in an appliance when the wiring is frayed and the current is weak. You won't get the power you need. Beyond diabetes, consistent sugar intake also contributes significantly to weight gain, particularly around the midsection. This excess fat, especially visceral fat around your organs, is metabolically active and can disrupt your hormone balance, specifically lowering testosterone levels. Testosterone plays a key role in libido and erectile strength, so a drop in this hormone can directly impact your sexual desire and performance. Sugary foods and drinks also contribute to systemic inflammation, further damaging blood vessels and impeding their ability to function optimally. It's a vicious cycle where sugar leads to inflammation, blood vessel damage, and hormonal imbalances, all conspiring against your erectile health. The good news is that breaking up with excessive sugar doesn't mean giving up sweetness entirely. It means being smart about your choices. Instead of reaching for a soda, opt for water, sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime, or unsweetened tea. If you crave something sweet, go for whole fruits, berries, apples, and bananas offer natural sweetness along with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, which actually support blood vessel health. You can enjoy a small piece of dark chocolate 70% cocoa or higher as an occasional treat, as it contains beneficial flavonoids that are good for your heart. Learning to read food labels is paramount here. Sugar hides under many names: high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, sucrose, corn syrup solids. They're all sugar. By consciously reducing your intake of sugary drinks and processed sweets, you're not just avoiding a major ED trigger, you're taking a huge step towards better overall metabolic health, more stable energy levels, and a renewed sense of vitality. This brings us neatly to our next dietary downfall, one that often goes hand in hand with sugary treats and causes similar problems for your blood flow: refined grains. Now, let's turn our attention to the fourth dietary saboteur that can undermine your erections after 60 refined grains. Think of white bread, white pasta, white rice, breakfast cereals loaded with sugar, crackers, and many baked goods like muffins and pastries. While they might seem harmless, or even a staple of your diet, these foods are essentially stripped of their valuable nutrients, fiber, and bran during processing. What you're left with is primarily starch that quickly converts to sugar in your body. This means that consuming refined grains has a very similar effect to consuming pure sugar, a rapid spike in blood glucose. Just like with sugary drinks, these frequent blood sugar surges demand a quick release of insulin, and, over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, paving the way for type 2 diabetes. As we've already discussed, diabetes is a major culprit behind erectile dysfunction due to the extensive damage it causes to blood vessels and nerves. When you consistently choose refined grains, you're missing out on the fiber that whole grains provide. Fiber is crucial for slowing down sugar absorption, helping to stabilize blood sugar levels, and promoting healthy digestion. Without this fiber, your body experiences dramatic highs and lows in blood sugar, which not only contributes to blood vessel damage, but can also lead to energy crashes and increased cravings for more sugary, refined foods, a truly vicious cycle. Moreover, refined grains are often linked to systemic inflammation, while not as immediate as trans fats. Chronic low-grade inflammation from a diet high in these processed carbohydrates can silently damage the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries. This damage impairs the artery's ability to dilate and constrict effectively, which is absolutely essential for the robust blood flow needed for a firm erection. Essentially, you're making it harder for your body to deliver the necessary blood supply to the right place at the right time. Think about it this way for an erection to occur. Blood vessels in the penis need to relax and expand significantly, allowing a rush of blood to fill the erectile tissues. If these vessels are constantly under stress from inflammation and sugar spikes, they lose their elasticity and responsiveness. They become less like flexible pipes and more like rigid, narrow tubes. This greatly reduces the efficiency of blood flow, making it difficult to achieve or maintain the necessary firmness. Furthermore, a diet heavy in refined grains often leads to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This excess body fat, as mentioned earlier, can negatively impact hormone balance, including testosterone levels, further contributing to issues with libido and erectile function. The good news is that making the switch from refined grains to whole grains is a relatively simple yet profoundly impactful change. Instead of white bread, choose whole grain bread with visible seeds and grains. Swap out white pasta for whole wheat pasta or alternatives made from legumes like chickpeas or lentils. Opt for brown rice, quinoa, farro, or oats instead of white rice or sugary cereals. These whole grain options are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support overall cardiovascular health and stable blood sugar, both critical for healthy erections. By consciously choosing whole, unprocessed grains, you're not just improving your digestive health and energy levels. You're actively protecting your blood vessels and metabolic system, paving the way for improved erectile function and a greater sense of confidence and vitality. Now that we've covered processed meats, trans fats, sugary sweets, and refined grains, let's explore our final and perhaps most surprising item on the list: excessive alcohol. Our fifth and final item that can significantly kill erections after 60 and one that often surprises people is excessive alcohol. While a glass of red wine is sometimes touted for its heart benefits, the key word here is excessive for many men, especially as they get older. Too much alcohol can be a direct depressant on the central nervous system, which plays a crucial role in initiating and maintaining an erection. Think of it like this. Your brain needs to send clear, strong signals down to the nerves in your penis to get things going. Alcohol, particularly in larger quantities, can dampen these signals, making it harder for the body to respond appropriately to sexual stimulation. It's not just about feeling a bit buzzed or drowsy. Alcohol directly interferes with the neurological pathways essential for sexual arousal and performance, beyond its immediate impact on the nervous system. Chronic or excessive alcohol consumption has a host of long-term effects that are highly detrimental to erectile health. For one, alcohol can damage your blood vessels over time. While moderate amounts might temporarily dilate blood vessels, consistent heavy drinking contributes to high blood pressure and can cause direct damage to the delicate endothelial lining of your arteries, making them less flexible and more prone to plaque buildup. This means impaired blood flow, a consistent theme we've seen with the other foods, is a major consequence of too much alcohol. If blood can't flow freely into the penis, achieving and maintaining firmness becomes a significant challenge. Furthermore, excessive alcohol puts a tremendous strain on your liver. Your liver is responsible for metabolizing hormones, including testosterone. When your liver is overworked processing alcohol, its ability to regulate hormone levels can be compromised. This can lead to a decrease in testosterone, which is a vital hormone for male libido and erectile strength. Lower testosterone levels can reduce sexual desire, make it harder to get an erection, and impact the quality of erections when they do occur. Alcohol can also lead to dehydration, which can impact overall blood volume and circulation, further hindering blood flow. And let's not forget the beer belly effect. Excessive drinking often leads to weight gain, especially around the midsection, which, as we've discussed, contributes to insulin resistance and hormonal imbalances that are bad for your erections. So, what does excessive mean for men? It generally means more than 2 standard drinks per day, or heavy binge drinking on occasion. The advice here is not necessarily to abstain entirely, but to practice moderation and mindful consumption. If you enjoy an occasional drink, stick to 1 or 2, and ensure you're well hydrated with water alongside it. Consider opting for drinks with lower sugar content. If you find yourself relying on alcohol to relax or unwind, explore healthier coping mechanisms like exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Reducing or eliminating excessive alcohol intake can lead to remarkable improvements in your energy levels, sleep quality, and most importantly for this discussion, your erectile function and overall vitality. We've talked about these 5 common culprits: the highly processed meats, the hidden dangers of trans fats and deep-fried foods, the pervasive threat of sugary drinks and sweets, the deceptive simplicity of refined grains, and the often overlooked impact of excessive alcohol. It's clear that what you put into your body has a profound and direct impact on your ability to achieve and maintain an erection, particularly as you navigate life after 60. This isn't just about making small adjustments. It's about understanding that these foods, when consumed regularly, actively work against the intricate systems in your body that enable strong blood flow, healthy hormones, and responsive nerves, all essential for a fulfilling, intimate life. Remember, the goal here isn't about deprivation or perfection. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making conscious choices that support your health and well-being. Think about the shifts we discussed: swapping processed meats for lean, unprocessed proteins, saying goodbye to trans fats and embracing healthier cooking methods, choosing natural sweetness from whole fruits over refined sugars, opting for nutrient-rich whole grains instead of their depleted counterparts, and practicing moderation with alcohol. Each of these changes, even small ones made consistently, can accumulate into significant improvements in your cardiovascular health, hormone balance, and ultimately, your erectile function. Imagine waking up with more energy, feeling more confident in your body, and rekindling that intimate connection with your partner, all because you made smarter choices about what you eat. It's not just about erections. It's about reclaiming a vibrant, confident, and fulfilling life in every aspect. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal and adapt when given the right fuel. Don't let the past dictate your future. Small, consistent changes really do make a big difference, not just to your physical health, but to your happiness and your relationships. You have the power to make these changes starting today. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any specific foods impacting your energy or vitality? What healthy swaps have you found helpful? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else on their journey. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more practical advice on living your best life at every age. Remember, your best years are still ahead, and you have the power to make them truly exceptional. Live your best life at every age.